Hey everyone, welcome to English World. Verb tells about the action, for example, play, talk, listen, eat, and adverb tells about how the verb takes place. In today's video, I'll share the adverbs of frequency with you. What are adverbs of frequency? Well, there are certain words like always, occasionally, usually, never, rarely. So there are many such words which we use in English sentences. I'll share the usage of these words with you. So, are you ready? The first adverb is always. We use always when we are 100% sure of the work being done. For example, I always get up early in the morning. Always means hamesha. That is, it is surely going to happen. There are 100% chances. That is when we use always. Next is usually. Well, usually means 90% chances are there. That means it is not 100% sure that this thing happens all the time or always. There are less chances than the total 100% chances. So, if you do certain work, not every time, but most of the time. In Hindi we say zyadatar. So, for certain sentences we will use usually. For example, I usually exercise in the mornings. I usually eat my dinner before 8 o'clock. The third one is generally. When do we use generally? Well, generally is used when the chances are reduced further to about 80%. For example, you can say, I generally get good marks. I generally wake up in the mornings. I generally go for evening walks. So for certain sentences, you can say generally. Next is often. We use often when the chances are further reduced to about 70%. We use the word in certain situations when we want to say aksar. In Hindi, there is a word aksar. That means aksar aise hota hai or मैं अक्सर सुबह जल्दी उठती हूँ. So for them you can use the word often. Next one is sometimes. Now when the chances are further reduced to about 50%, that means there are half the chances of the work being done and there are half the chances that the work will not going to be done. That means half, 50%. So that is when we use sometimes. Means kabhi kabhi. Sometimes we do this, sometimes we don't. Sometimes I get up early in the morning, whereas sometimes I get up late. Sometimes I study till late night, sometimes I study early morning. So there are 50-50 chances that the work may happen or not. Next is occasionally. This happens when the chances are further reduced to 30%. For example, I drink occasionally, I go to a gym occasionally. There is another word called seldom. We use it when there are very less chances, that is about 10%. That means very less possibility is there. So we use this word. For example, you may say, I seldom cook food because I have a maid. Or you can say, I seldom scold my children. Next are hardly and rarely. These are used when there is only 5% chance. That means almost none chances, but still there is somewhat chance that the thing will be done. For example, it is a bright sunny day, yet there are chances of rain. So you can say, it rarely rains on a bright sunny day. Or you can also say, I hardly get angry. And the last adverb is never. When do we use never? We use never when there are nil chances. That means there is no possibility of the work being done. So these are the adverbs of frequency. I hope you have understood them and watch the video again if you want to revise. If you want to note down the usages, do note it down on a notebook. Thanks for watching.